Hello and welcome to Life on Board AMyJo, and I hope everybody's been coping now that the lockdown's over. CNRT have given us permission to move AMyJo, and Narrowboaters can now cruise the cut, so we've actually moved AMyJo up into Chester.
And thank you for all your comments on the last vlog that I did. I haven't had any time to practice with the Pocket thing as I'm back at work, and the weekend was taken up with Christmas shopping because moored up by the Chester, it wasn't to be missed. Take advantage of free parking and go and do all my Christmas shopping. So I think you'll have to wait a little while before I do any more videoing on my own.
Indeed, yeah, it's unfortunate that Chris is still at work, but yeah, we come up into Chester because we can moor right up in the town, as you'll see from the film, and it means that Chris can literally walk into town within a few minutes, spend all the money on the credit card,
yeah,
and come back with armfuls of shopping, dump them on the boat, and then go back and do more.
Yeah, that's what I did Saturday.
So, yeah, the bank manager stopped smiling. I'm a bit concerned about that, but there you go. Anyway, on with the cruise. Yeah, we've with the lockdown lifted, we've just couldn't wait to get out of the marina. We just had to go. Captain Gary Phillips on Chugabug felt the same way, and when we said we were coming up into Chester, he jumped at the chance to join us. So you'll see plenty of Gary and Chugabug in the next few clips. So if you're ready, make yourself comfortable and enjoy this cruise. Oh yeah, that reminds me, just before we go, do look out on my on Narrowboat. Let's
I'm putting you off now. Yeah.
Oh, I nearly forgot. Pop along to Ian's Narrowboat Tales for some exciting news about our Christmas special live feed on the 23rd of December, 7 o'clock UK time, 7 PM UK time, and we've got some special guests joining us this time. We've got Fran and Rich from Floating Our Boat, and we've got the king of vloggers himself, David Johns from Cruising the Cut, joining us. So it should be an interesting live feed. Do join us, and you never know, there might be some carol singing. Chugabug 2, Gary's joining us today. He's going to be cruising with us down through the locks, so we look forward to that. we're just chugging along, just over tick over, about 1200 RPM, which isn't that fast for AMyJo, but Smudge is nice and warm. He's toasty in that little coat of his. I worry about him up there and exposed in the weather. So this is his winter coat. It's a fleece lined coat, and he's toasty warm under there, so he should be good. He wouldn't be happy if he wasn't up there. As if it's not narrow enough through here. Good job there's not another boat coming the other way, eh? And no, that's not a real dog on the front. We thought that a couple of times as we've gone past. And then when it doesn't move, you then realise it's not actually a real dog. Looks it though, doesn't it? As happens when we are cruising, we just had another downpour of water. The wind's got up, destroyed my second umbrella, so they turned inside out almost instantly, so I'm giving up with the brollies. As you can see, I've got my hat up, but the rain has stopped now. There's some blue sky up ahead. Hopefully it'll brighten up too, we'll see, but as always, we're used to this now. We're wet weather cruisers now, definitely. Hopefully they'll be able to open soon. You never know. We're tier 2 here in Chester, which means that they can open, provided they're serving meals, and that's just what the Cheshire Cat does really well. They serve excellent food in here. If you're taking a hire boat cruise and you're coming up to Chester, it's well worth the place to stop. Reached the first lock of the day. This is Christleton Lock, and it looks like it's in our favour, although I may just have to crack the paddles just to top it up, because I think, no, that's ready to go. Well, that's Christleton Lock. Gary's gone on ahead, he's preparing the next lock, which I think is Greenfield Lock. We're getting a sense of deja vu here, because for those of you that followed both our vlogs will remember we both did this trip at the beginning of the year, and both of us were cruising together. So if you think you're seeing the same thing again, you probably are. Having worked the last lock, Gary's turn to work this lock. And he's got the ladder on his side, so the boat on the left, he usually works the lock, while the other one stays on board and keeps an eye on the pair of them. Nice of CNRT to make good the towpath. But I've had little thought for the boater who's coming out of the lock, because they've got that fencing up 3 feet from the handrail. There is no way a boater coming out of the lock can moor up there to close the lock off. So Gary, bless him, is trying to fight the bywash to get on a tiny little landing so he can go back and shut the gates. It's not an easy job down there. Now I know we've had lockdown, there's been no boat movement, but when you get to Tarvin Lock, this is what you're greeted with. They're obviously upgrading the towpath, but sadly no thought for the boater, none whatsoever. I think we've got 2 more to do and then we're into Chester. Gary's feeding up there on his crisps. It's his dinner, he says. And old Smudge is looking on longingly. Ah, bless him. Well guys, if you're going to single hand this, don't. I really wouldn't advise it at the moment. Not while they're doing these works. Gary and I, being 2 up, have really struggled with the locks. Yeah, I don't know what the volume levels are like on that camera, but we're just about to go into chemistry lock. Chemistry lock, we've been down this one a few times, as you know. There's the familiar water tower, gas tower, whatever it is, water tower I think. There you go. Quite pleasant now the sun's come out. What a difference a bit of sunshine makes. Brings all the colours out in the sky and the bushes. Gary's working this lock, it's his turn to do this one. A man waiting with a purpose. Now going to pull the boat back so his stern deck is in line with the ladders. This is what you do when you're single handing. Climbing down the greasy ladder. Not nice. Not easy when you've got a windlass and a rope in your hand either. And you can just get a tow hold. You go careful, Gary. Shinny down the gunnel onto the back deck.
Hello.
Home and dry.
You come here often?
even Smudge has had enough now. But this is it. Shush. Final push now into the town centre. Gary's behind me, he's going to moor up behind. Smudge is getting really fractious now, he's had enough. So the sooner we get moored up the better, but it's been a cracking cruise. More buildings going up. Another hotel perhaps? Well, no, in Chester, student lodgings. The old Harker's Arms. Not a place to moor opposite on a Saturday night, but nonetheless they do great food and serve excellent beer. Well worth a visit if you're ever in Chester. Quite a trendy place, very popular. Commented on this willow tree when I last came into Chester. It's like going through a gateway into the town. It's quite low over the canal now. I'm a bit worried about the chimney. But we'll see. And it's beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Watch for Smudge to make a grab. He always does. And we're through. Just ahead are the moorings for tonight. Looks like we're going to be the only boats on here for tonight. It's unusual. Usually this part of Chester's quite busy with boats. But hey ho, I'm not complaining. We get the pick of the moorings. Harry and I have made it into Chester. And Chugs is all Chugabug. And Smudge, bless him, not happy.
Yo,
Oh, never mind, eh?
what's the matter?
I think he wants somebody to make a fuss of him, Gary.
What's the matter? That's unusual.
Yeah. There you go.
Well, that's it for this one, folks. I do hope you enjoyed it. We've spent a week at Cow Lane Bridge, as it's called, and then we went down the Northgate Locks, didn't we?
Yep, we had to go through all the locks, down into the basin, just to fill up with water. And then have to come all the way back up the 3 locks. So I think 6 locks just to go and fill up with water.
Yeah, unfortunately, because of lockdown, the basin is very popular with boats moored down there because it has all the facilities. Yeah. There's showers and toilets, there's an Elson, there's a pump out facility, and there is a water point. So quite rightly, many boaters have stayed down in the basin, so we just couldn't get in there. So we've come back to the top of Cow Lane Bridge. But we did attempt to do a live feed while we were doing it. It's about 3 hours long. You'll see it on the channel.
But there's no sound.
Now, unfortunately, we had some audio problems. We were using a little GoPro on the bow, and I'd got it hooked up to the laptop, but unfortunately the GoPro mic wouldn't connect to the laptop. We did the whole thing without any audio. So have a look at it, see what you think. It's real time, it's, you know, it's slow.
Yeah,
but it's well worth it. It's
that's how long it takes to fill up with water. It's very slow.
But do have a look at that and see what you think. And hopefully next time we do it, we'll have some audio, and we'll publish it a little bit earlier so that you'll know that it's there. So for now, stay safe. I hope you're coping well with the restrictions, and we'll see you next time on Life on Board AMyJo. Bye.
Bye for now.